Hello everybody, Aiden here with another video here on the Roundless List YouTube channel. And in this video today, I'm going to be giving you my official NFL wildcard round picks for this weekend. So let's dive right in. I'm actually in this cool little pick'em pool with my family, so I'm actually going to be doing this in real time with you guys. So first up, we have Rams at Panthers. Yes, the only reason the Panthers are hosting a playoff game is because they won the NFC South. I've said on record many times that that joke was a division. They won it. Panthers won it 8-9, but I don't care that the Rams are on the road. I'm picking the Rams here. This is literally quite simple. This is going to be a blowout. I'm sorry. Like by halftime, this will be a blowout. Like Panthers, Bryce Young, Dave Canales. I do like Canales as a head coach a lot, but this is going to be the one blowout in the first round. Like, mark my words. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong. I just don't see any path to the Panthers hanging around even. There's no single player matchup. There's no single positional matchup. There's no single coaching matchup that I think the Panthers even come remotely close with the Rams here. Next, we have NFC North rivalry round 3. They split this year 1-1. Excuse me, in the regular season. The Green Bay Packers at the Chicago Bears. Just 2 months. Now, this one's tough because it's division round 3. And so, just 2 months ago, the Packers were legit Super Bowl contenders. But now with no Micah Parsons there, Rashawn Gary's getting a lot of double teams, not playing as well. Kingsley Enagbari and Lucas Van Ness not really contributing anymore in bigger roles. I don't like the Packers outside corners here, and I do like the mismatches that Luther Bird and Colston Loveland do provide here. I think this game, now the one area that the Packers could dominate in is Josh Jacobs versus this, let's put it bluntly, terrible Bears run defense. But Jacobs, there's no way he's 100% healthy or even close to it. Man, this is so tough. 2 months ago, I would have easily gone the Packers, not in a blowout, but pretty easily. You know what? I'm gonna take the unpopular pick. I feel like, and I'm gonna go with the Chicago Bears. They're surging at the right time. Ben Johnson's coaching prowess is surging. Caleb Williams is surging. I feel like that defense, minus the run defense, and outside of that, is really underrated as a whole, especially that secondary. I don't think the Packers have any real weapons to exploit that secondary that matters. I'm going the Bears. Packers have suffered too many injuries, not enough weapons, so I'm going with Bears. Surprisingly enough. Next, my purposes. Buffalo Bills at Jacksonville Jaguars. It's in Florida. We know every single playoff game that the Bills play will have to be on the road. I can't be biased here, Aiden. Take out your bias. I am right now. And this is going to be extremely close, whoever wins. So the thing is, Jaguars, below average passing defense, but Bills, below average passing offense. So it's like, can one of these come alive? And then James Cook is easily in contention for Offensive Player of the Year because he led the league in rushing with over 1,600, just a little over 1,600 rushing yards, mind you. But the Jaguars' run defense is elite. They haven't allowed a single 75-yard plus rusher on the season in a single game. Just the third team in NFL history to do that. I mean, that's freaking like, holy shit, that's impressive. Sorry, but it is. Man, I don't want to go against my own team. I'm going to go with Josh Allen in the playoffs, road or not. I think they have very much experience advantage over here. Sean McDermott, 9th-year head coach in the playoffs. Liam Cohen, only first-year head coach in the playoffs. Josh Allen, way more playoff experience than Trevor Lawrence. Although, believe it or not, Lawrence does have a comeback win in the playoffs a few years ago against the Chargers. I'm going to go with the Bills, though. I do expect James Cook to take over against that elite Jaguars rushing defense. Someone's got to do something here, and I think James Cook and Josh Allen 1-2 punch at the running game will attack those. So I have Bills beating the Jaguars, but it's only going to be like 3-7. It won't be anything more than a score. Next, San Francisco 49ers at Philadelphia Eagles. In my last video, Power Rankings, I defended Jalen Hurts, too much hate. I defended Nick Sirianni, too much hate. When the Eagles' weapons are all clicking, when Jalen Hurts is a precision passer to Dallas Goedert and Devonta Smith and A.J. Brown, they can win the Super Bowl. When Saquon Barkley is clicking, they can win the Super Bowl. But the problem is, Saquon Barkley has been very underwhelming this year, and the tush push has been working over the last month or so. last few weeks at least, maybe even longer. Jalen Hurts does struggle in the postseason sometimes, but believe it or not, he's been in the 2 Super Bowls and won one of them. Played extremely almost perfect in both of them. Excuse me, even the one he just won. So, man, Robert Saleh has coached way above his defensive talent as the 49ers defensive coordinator. Oh, this is tough. Something seems off with AJ Brown and Jalen Hurts this year with Brown's attitude, and he just wants the ball all the time, and he kind of complains if he doesn't get it. You know what? Even though they've been through all the injuries, they don't have Brandon Ayuk. I am going to keep rolling with Brock Purdy here. I am going to go to the 49ers in an upset. Man, I don't know what's up here. I am going to go to the 49ers in an upset, but I mean, it's going to be freaking close. A lot of the Eagles team gets too much hate, in my opinion. I'm going 49ers, but Barkley could explode at literally any time. Next, Chargers at Patriots. Unfortunately, this is also an easy one for me. I'm going the New England Patriots at home. I'm not worried. Well, I'm kind of worried about Drake May in the playoffs, but the Chargers don't have any pass rush. Patriots offensive line is really good. And Mike Vrabel versus Jim Harbaugh, two very experienced head coaches in the playoffs. But now the Chargers offensive line is pretty weak. Their starting tackles are literally Bobby Hart and Trey Pipkins at left tackle and right tackle, respectively. So that doesn't help. But good thing the Patriots, outside of Harold Landry, have like no pass rush. But the Patriots do have an elite run defense. And I think the Chargers' path to victory is O'Meara and Hampton because Quentin Johnston and QJ hasn't done anything since early October. Keenan Allen, same thing, since early October, hasn't done anything like at all. Gadsden had those 3 blow-up games, if you even want to call it that, coming out party, if you will, in November. Hasn't done anything since. I'm going to go with the Patriots pretty easily, just like now, it's not going to be Rams blowout over Panthers levels, but I could see them winning by 10 or so, unfortunately. And I really like Justin Herbert, but he'll be 0-3 in the playoffs, unfortunately. Next, Texans at Steelers. This is another one where I'm like, yeah, I think the Texans pretty straightforward win, but I think this is going to be a rock fight in the sense that this is going to be very low scoring. This is going to be a defensive battle. But first, starting with the Steelers defense, I think the Steelers run defense is average at best. They finished off the season really well. But the thing is, the Texans have the worst running game, one of the worst running games in the league. Woody Marks is a really electric receiving back, but he's nowhere near a refined runner. Nick Chubb is a healthy scratch at this point. Jawar Jordan is a practice squad caliber player who just happened to be signed to the 53 permanently. So I think the Steelers will be able to contain the running game, whatever the Texans running game is anymore at this point. So yeah, I think the one matchup to keep an eye on though, Nico Collins versus Joey Porter Jr. That's going to be fun. If Joey Porter Jr. Shuts him down, can Nick Kelly get Jaden Higgins going by? And can he put him on mismatches against an old and slow and not athletic anymore at all, Jalen Ramsey? And then on the Texans side, I think the defense is going to dominate. I think the Steelers' offensive line is decent. Not the worst in the NFL, but definitely not the best. Literally middle of the pack, 15 to 18, somewhere in that range. But decent won't handle Will Anderson. Decent will definitely not handle Daniel Hunter. And I don't think they have any receivers to expose Derek Stingley. I don't think they have any receivers to even come close to challenging Kamari Lassiter. They're using Jonnu Smith and DK Metcalf as dump and run guys. Hell, DK Metcalf's out there playing gunner on special teams. A number one wide receiver should not be doing that. Arthur Smith, I think, is a terrible offensive coordinator. And the Steelers cannot just win this game by going dink and dunk, jump off to Kenneth Gainwell all the time. You can't be check down city the entire game and win the game. I think the over-under, this isn't a betting show, but this just came off the top of my head. I think the over-under is 36.5. I know a lot of people from what I see on Twitter/X and other social media platforms that I've looked at on FanDuel, DraftKings, and whatnot are taking the under 36.5. That's already a low line to begin with, but I probably would take the under as well if you want to get in that action. So those are my wild card weekend picks, 6 games, and then Seahawks and Broncos are on the bye weeks for the NFC and AFC respectively. So, next week we can come back and update the power rankings just like we did in the last video. Go check that out. Already on the channel from a couple hours ago at this point. And then we can also do our divisional round picks. We'll even have a couple of less games to pick, but it's going to be fun getting done the nitty-gritty here. So, yeah. Anyways, please follow me on Twitter/X for instant news, takes, phrases, draft, whatever, at AWeingartner13. And please check out every video on this channel, back catalog. Please like and subscribe, share this video and channel with anyone and everyone you know. It would be very much appreciated. Sorry about that. Thank you for the support as always, and I will see you all in the next one. As always, enjoy Wildcard Weekend. Enjoy these moments. Football's almost over. Not over yet. Hopefully your team gets it done, whatever team you're a fan of. I know the Bills better get it done or I'll have a collapse again. Anyway, personal trauma. Anyway, I will see you in the next one. Goodbye.